The guy writes, "Good morning, sunshine." I like that when people start it off nice. Every once in a while, get a nice "Good morning, sunshine" instead of "Hey, read this, you cunt." Anyways, let's read this, shall we? Are you ready? Okay, gather round, everyone. I guess I'll just cut to the chase here. Very nice. I appreciate that. I've been with my girlfriend for about 2.5 years now. Oh, Jesus. The last 2 years, two of those years, we've been living together, sharing bills, rent, etc. Geez, this sounds like a nice situation. What could go wrong? The whole serious relationship thing. We've had our ups and downs, but for the most part, the arrangement is working out for the better. I have a roommate I can fuck without things getting awkward. We both make the same amount of money, and we enjoy many of the same things. So, here's the problem. She's going to start nursing school in about 6 months. This means she can no longer work at all, leaving me to pay for everything. I wouldn't mind doing this if I could afford to, but I can't. So she has decided that she wants to move in with her parents again for the 2 years she's in school. She's invited me to move in with her and her parents. Just pausing here so every guy listening to this could be like, oh my God, don't do it! Move in with her and her parents so that I too could save some money. I don't want to move in with their parents, though. Yeah, Jesus, there's a shocker. Don't get me wrong. They're great people and all, but come on. I'm a 28-year-old man, and I can't imagine living under somebody else's roof, no matter how cool they are. When I was kicked out of my parents' house at 18, I had to couch surf with friends' families until I was able to support myself. From that point on, I've enjoyed the independence of having a place of my own to call my home. Even if I had roommates, it was partly my place, and I could feel comfortable doing as I pleased in a house of my peers. My girlfriend thinks I'm being unreasonable. She says it's an ego thing. Maybe it is. Is that so wrong, though? Am I the only one in the world that doesn't want to live with his girlfriend's parents? Because of this situation, her and I have been discussing how moving out of the same house would affect our relationship and if we should continue dating. Oh, God. All right. There's a lot of layers to this. Okay, first and foremost, you referred to your girlfriend as a roommate you can fuck. So this doesn't sound like the girl you want to spend the rest of your life with. But just in case you just wrote that shit because you were trying to be funny, make me laugh or something, on the podcast listeners, let's just take this at fucking face value and say this is the girl that you want to spend your life with. Dude, don't move in with their parents. It's not what you want to do. You're not going to be happy. And, you have every right to say, I don't want to move in with you in your parents' house. And I'm going to tell you right now, she is going to do everything that she can to try to mind fuck you into thinking that you're being a selfish piece of shit when actually she is being the selfish one. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous that she thinks you as a 28-year-old fucking man, not married to her, who can financially support himself, is then going to fucking go move in with her goddamn parents. Tommy, would you like some eggs? You're going to go back to that? What did I tell you about leaving your fucking sneakers near the Davenport? Dude, fuck all of that. Fuck all of that. Stand your ground, okay? Now, this is what, women have, I think 5 or 6 different ways that they can try to convince you. And it's all done with emotion, okay? They have this sweet way of doing it. They could be like, no, it could be nice, Get to know my parents better. You like my parents, right? Blah, 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 blah. All that type of stuff. Or then they can go the childlike way. Well, you thought it'd be nice if you moved in with me, right? They can use sex. Come on, it could be fun. They got that big bed downstairs, right? Or they can go to anger. Actually, they go to us crying. That's another one. I don't understand it. If you love me, why wouldn't you move in with me? With my parents' house. I don't understand what the difference is. And then finally, anger. Okay? Now, anger always comes fucking last, as far as I know. They might go back to tears, but you have to understand that when you get to anger and they start pushing your buttons, where they say shit like they start challenging your manhood, it's an ego thing, yada, 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 whatever the fuck they want to say. This is where every guy loses an argument with a woman. You have to understand that when a woman gets mad and starts just pushing your buttons, okay, that is the female version of the Hail Mary. All right? And I know you guys all watch fucking NFL. What does Tom Jackson say when they throw the fucking Hail Mary? What do? Knock it down. That's what you do. And you knock it down by just being calm. Now, if she just says a bunch of shit in fucking anger, okay, and you actually respond to the shit and insult her back, that's like taking an unnecessary roughness call after you just stop the other team, 4th and fucking goal to end the game. Now, it's a penalty. They got a first down. You gave them a whole fucking 4 set of downs to try to get in the fucking end zone. You fucked up. You had the game won because you lost your cool. Don't ever lose your cool. So this is what you do. Just let her say all the shit she's going to say. Let her go through the fucking 58 fucking emotions and all the techniques she's going to try. The Superman punch, fucking arm bar, rear naked choke, all the shit she's going to try. And you just stick to your fucking guns. Just say, I understand why you want to do it. I respect what what you're saying here. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to be happy. I don't want to move in with your parents. I'm not saying I don't love you. I'm not saying I'm not going to support you, but I don't want to move in with your parents. It's not going to make me happy. And you just you stick with that. All right? Like a fucking talking head for a corporation that just polluted the ocean.
It's an unfortunate situation. We are exhausting all resources to see how we can rectify the situation. And we have no further comment at this time. You just have to stick with that. And then when in the very fucking end, when she starts fucking challenging your manhood, your fucking whatever fucking childhood shit you told her or whatever weakness you have, and she starts trying to bring that out, and you feel that fire burning in your belly, you just put it out with calmness. You just stay calm. Okay? And if you feel like you're going to lose your cool, this is what you just say. You just say, listen, you're being really hostile right now. I think maybe we should discuss this later on today or possibly tomorrow when you're in a calmer mood. And then that's it, dude. That's it. That's the end of the fucking game. You just knocked it down to the ground. And she will get fucking mad, and she can flip out all the fuck she wants. She might even start knocking your shit off the dresser. She's just looking for a reaction. She's lost the argument. She's lost the argument, and you just don't take the fucking bait. And you know what the sad thing is I know this shit, and I still take the fucking bait a good 60% of the time. You know why? Because they're that fucking good. I'm drinking another smoothie, by the way. And you know why they're that fucking good? Because they don't have the option to just kick the shit out of you. You know? See, we only go like 3 levels in. We have like a couple approaches we can do, and then we always go, well, then I'm going to beat the fuck out of you, right? But then you get to a female, that option's gone. So now you're showing up, right? It's like you're playing tennis. All you got is a forehand. All she's got to do is hit it to your backhand, and you're fucked. And it's over. So I'm telling you, you guys out there, you got to add to your argument arsenal. Okay? Practice it. You know what you got to do? You got to visualize it. All right? Because you're going to fuck up if you just try to do it in an argument. Just lay there and just think of all the mean shit that she could possibly fucking say to you and just practice being calm. And the joy that you're going to take when you say you're being really hostile right now. I think it'd be better if we discussed it a little bit later, possibly tomorrow, when you're in a calmer mood. And just seeing that pause and that look on her face as her eyes narrow, like this motherfucker figured me out. It's one of the great moments. You know? It's like that dude in Jurassic Park when he actually had respect for those raptors were. One douche to another douche recognizes douche game right there. All right, so there you go. That's how you handle it. No, you know, and this right now, and of course she's going to say, I don't know if we should continue dating. She's trying, you know, maybe this is a fucking ego thing. She's trying all of this shit. And she actually is already half mindfuck you because she says it's an ego thing. And then you said, maybe it is. You know,
Is that so wrong, though? Am I wrong for feeling the things that I actually feel? That's how fucking much she's in your fucking head. Like those little maggots that they stuck in those fucking helmets of those guys in Star Trek. Remember that? And it fucking climbed in their ears. They were never the same. Okay? That's what a woman does. It's what they do, man. I'm fucking sorry, but that's what they do. Pimp does the same fucking thing, all right? But, you know, I don't fucking know. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying, all right? You can't have that. You just got to fucking remain calm and never get involved in the insulting thing. Now, this isn't straight across the board. And listen, dude, if you just completely fucked up, like you forgot her birthday and she's flipping out and fucking calling you an insensitive fucking asshole, that you need to apologize. Don't, you know, if you forget her birthday and like step on her birthday cake and she's screaming at you, don't be sitting there with frosting on your foot going, okay, you're being really hostile right now. I think it'd be better to discuss this later when you're a little bit calmer, possibly tomorrow, because you're going to have every kitchen knife is going to be coming at you, and it will be a justifiable homicide. You know? I was kidding, Huth. They justify every fucking thing they do. It's fucking ridiculous. What the fuck? I was talking about something the other day. Oh, you know what? Someone sent me. Somebody just asked me if I want to do an interview on that Dr. Laura. First of all, I've never heard of her. Evidently, she's been doing it for a while. What is she like? The poor man's Dr. Joyce Brothers? I never saw Dr. Laura. Laura. I'm going to go with Dr. Laura for the block. Dr. Laura, thank you for coming back. How are you? Something fucking psychologically funny. They say that 80% of people in Wisconsin eat too much cheese. Well, let's see. There is a lot of cheese in Wisconsin. Sorry, I just had a flashback to Hollywood Squares. So anyways, Dr. Laura evidently dropped the N-word like 58 fucking times. So I was like, holy shit, how did I miss out on this? And then I watched it, and all she was really guilty of, she was guilty of being an old white person making a fucking old reference to Def Comedy Jam on HBO, like the last 2 seasons. And she was just going like, what? You listen to, you put on the HBO, you know, you watch the comedy shows, and it's N-word, 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 N-word. You know, and then people just go, just because she's being racist. They don't even look at the context. She was saying that when you watch Def Comedy Jam, the last 2 seasons, that is what you heard. That is what you heard. I used to do a joke. No, I didn't say the N-word. What I would say was my impression of Def Comedy Jam. This is the last 2 seasons. I'm not talking about the early seasons when it was Martin and all those guys, but the later seasons when they were scraping the bottom of the barrel like white comedy. You know, when just every fucking accountant who just threw his sport coat on and went up, what's the deal with airplane food? Black stand-up comedy got there in like 94, 95. And my joke of the Def Jam impression was, white people, pussy, peace. That was every set that's all it was. You ever see a white guy lay in a bed? You know, motherfucking black people, we lay in the bed. We lay in the motherfucking bed. Like, it was ridiculous. All right? And then it was peppered with the fucking N-word all the way throughout. Fucking ridiculous. So you can't expect some 60-year-old white lady to be able to fucking process that. To get, like, I guess my only way to explain it is that's sort of like the black word for dude. You ever talk to a surfer or somebody like that? Dude, I was sitting out there, dude, like Bobby Kelly. Dude, fucking dude, man. You know, dudes are being dudes, dude. I mean, you ever just as a white person stand on a subway platform and there's some dude from fucking around the way and it is literally every other goddamn word and you're just sitting there like, you're just like in awe. Like, how to fucking use any word that much in a goddamn sentence? That's all she was talking about. She wasn't condoning it. She wasn't saying it in a fucking racist way. It's ridiculous. And then fucking the fat boss hog there, Al Sharpton, comes, waddling out behind his fake fire hydrant. And then I was advocating they got to take advertisement away. For what? For what? Because she made an old reference? I hate that. I hate how there's no context anymore. People don't look the context. They just have a list of words. You said this,
And anybody who uses that word, regardless of the fucking context, means X, Y, and Z. You're in the Klan. It's fucking bullshit. It's like when I was up in Seattle, and I don't want to burn this joke, but it's a joke that's on my next special, where I was talking about how I'll give you a little bit of it. This will be a little teaser for my special. It's basically how anytime you do anything like sensitive as a straight guy, your friends are always like, what are you, a fag? And I was making fun of the homophobia. But because I used the word fag, these fucking 4 gay dudes in the upper deck just stood up and they go, fucking homophobe, mid-joke, and storm out of the fucking place. Fortunately, my ears are shut from drumming. I couldn't hear what they said. I kind of wish I did because it could have been a great moment. If I could have got them to stop for a second before they fucking sashayed out the goddamn door. Well, that was homophobic right there. You're saying we all sashay. Take a fucking joke, you dick. You know, Jesus fucking Christ. You don't sit around making fun of shit. Whatever. That's what I'm talking about. She's not guilty of anything. You know, she's guilty of watching Def Jam and describing it. 15 years after it went off the fucking air. That's all she's guilty of doing. And if I was a black comic, I would be fucking annoyed. The same way I get annoyed when people make fun of stand-up comics in general. And then whenever they do, they go, what's the deal with airplane food? And they criticize comedians for some bad shit that awful comedians did 15 years ago. So there you go. I don't even know why I fucking talk. I don't know. What does Al Sharpton do? That guy should be selling used cars. I don't understand what he does other than get his hair relaxed every fucking 20 minutes. Oh, you need to apologize for that. We need to take the advertising away from your podcast. There's no fucking advertising on here. It's free. All right, Alvin? Anyways, let's plow ahead here. But, who am I as a fucking white person to fucking say that? Who am I to have a fucking opinion on that? So, how about, so I don't offend anybody, how about the African-American listeners? Do you feel that what she was saying? Look it up. Look it up on YouTube. And then look at all the brilliant comments underneath it. And not to mention, I think a lot, I don't know. If you go on YouTube, I would be convinced that everybody around the country is saying what they thought Dr. Laura was saying. If you go on YouTube, I don't give a fuck what video you look at. You could look at, I don't know, guy dunks basketball, and then you go underneath, it's going to all be about fucking slavery, fucking getting Mexicans out of Arizona, or illegals, whatever the fuck you want to. It's just, I don't know, it's depressing. YouTube's depressing. I just watch the videos, and I try not to scroll down, like how I try not to look at porno. Try not to go to the free websites, but just fucking thumb starts quivering. I gotta click it, and then I go down, and then I'm reading it. It's just fucking depressing. And this is what kills me. Then she goes on and she fucking apologizes. And now the fact that you fucking apologize, you're giving validity to a bullshit point. A bullshit point. Why would you apologize if you didn't mean it in a bad way? You weren't. You were making a reference to fucking the last couple seasons of Def Comedy Jam. Right? Anybody? Nothing? Crickets? Who gives a fuck? Anyways, let's plow ahead here as we move through the podcast. 23 minutes, and listen to me, I got a fucking smoothie. I've had 8 hours fucking sleep. I was watching ESPN last night. I was getting really excited. They're watching they're showing the preseason football. And it was the Giants and the Jets, and I want to see what the Jets are bringing. And they're looking great, even though they didn't win, whatever. But they look like they really could possibly have, if they gel as a fucking unit. Like, could I use any more fucking sports cliches? If they're firing on all cylinders,